Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
Return to the planet of the apes.
Welcome to another episode of Go Ape Podcast. I am the host, Jon Randall. With me as always,
the other host, Brandon Geringer. Trying to take all the credit.
Yep. Happy 2015.
Happy 2015 to you too, or something.
It's a big year, Brandon.
Why is it a big year, Jonathan?
We're not going to go through all this again. Right. We started recording a moment ago, but somebody got a phone call for once. Wasn't this guy.
Yeah.
And it stopped the podcast.
So we rebooted it.
So we started over.
Much like about the movies we're about to speak about, which will also receive a reboot.
Planet of the Apes?
Nope.
What movie are we talking about?
Go ahead. Where's this 2015 talk?
Look, in 1989, Brandon.
Okay, let me write this down.
As a young lad, 9 years old, I go to the movie theater, and I see a little movie called Back to the Future 2.
Okay. I'm sorry.
All right. Back to the Future 2 promised me a lot of things.
What did it promise you?
By October 21st, 2015.
Oh, so we still got some time.
We do have a little bit of time, okay? By October 21st, 2015, we're going to have hoverboards. Okay. We're going to have powered laces, which is great. Who wants to bend over and tie their shoes?
Well, and plus, shoelaces have been around forever. We've not elevated. They've tried Velcro. They tried Velcro, but, I mean, that's for children.
Or old people.
Yeah.
With arthritis.
It's the same thing.
We're going to have flying cars. If you don't have a flying car, you can get a hover conversion done.
Okay.
We're going to have self-drying jackets. For when they get wet, they just dry themselves off.
Why can't it be self-drying everything? Why is it only attached to jackets?
Baby steps, Brandon.
Okay.
And the Cubs are going to win the World Series. All this was promised to me in 1989, okay? I've been waiting. Trying to do math.
Don't do math.
15 plus 11.
He's about to have an aneurysm.
26 years.
Wow.
26 years in the making this year's been.
Wow.
So it's going to be a huge year for us.
Great.
Okay?
And how has this come to be? Like, how do you know that this is going to be it?
Because I saw the future in 1989. Back to the Future.
You saw the movie?
No, but it was like real life.
Okay.
Oh, also this year, Jaws 19 comes out.
Well.
So they're going to put out 15 sequels this year. 15 sequels this year. Or they skip straight to it.
Could do that.
Like Lunar Part 6.
Yeah, that's true.
Just make Jaws 19.
That's exactly right. Well, I hope you're not let down at all.
I won't be let down.
Well, you know what I was let down with?
Let's hear it.
Back to the Future 2. It's not a good movie.
It's a good movie.
No, it is a good movie. It's just, in my opinion, it does not hold up to the first one.
Let me say this. Okay?
You're about to receive one of our ongoing feuds.
Maybe not.
Okay.
I recently just watched all 3 films. Because I purchased them digitally, and I watched them all.
That's correct.
Okay? Aside from having to see some pretty rough things in 1080p.
Sure, I bet.
Okay? Because I showed you. Yes. I showed you the makeup on Doc Brown in the first movie.
Yeah, it looks rough.
It was unbelievable seeing that in that high definition.
Yeah, it looked like a lizard skin.
I am prepared to say...
Oh, hold on. Let me write that. Oh, we're recording this, so I've got this.
I am prepared to say...
I've got a half chub. I just want to let you that now.
The first movie's the superior film of the 3.
There it is.
Of the 3.
Of course.
But I also like the movies in the order they came. I mean, I still like...
That's fine.
I still like the second movie the best, personally, because I do like the future.
Mm-hmm. You're a big Biff World fan.
That's not the future. That was 1985 after Biff screwed up the timeline.
I just said Biff World fan.
Biff World's not bad. Because you know what that whole scene has? It's got Can't Drive 55 by Sammy Hagar.
That's true.
So, I mean... It's
the lesser of the 2 Van Halen singers.
Really? Which one wrote Tattoo Tattoo?
I'm sorry. Lesser of the 3.
That girl?
No, that dude. Remember that?
Wasn't there a girl that sang for like 2 seconds?
No, it was a guy. The guy from Extreme. Fire in the Hole. Fire in the Hole. The girl. Yeah, kind of.
Which one of them wrote Tattoo Tattoo? That's your favorite, right? The guy who wrote that?
I don't know if he wrote it. I hope he didn't. Tattoo.
But he sang it. That might be what we close the show with today. Just for you.
Don't do that.
I might do that for you because you hate it so much.
Well, I mean, that would continue your streak of terrible songs.
I don't mind Biff World so much.
Why don't you? What's so great about Biff World?
What's so bad about it?
It's just stupid. I mean, the fact that it's called Biff World.
But that's the name of his museum.
It's dumb.
That's the name of his museum dedicated to himself. What would you call a museum dedicated to you?
I don't know.
Brandon World.
I guess so.
Stupid. You're an ignoramus.
I mean, this is the thing. The second movie is fine. It's just, it doesn't have I don't think it's got a good... Well, for starters, It's got creepy Michael J. Fox kids. Okay, no, they're just terrible.
Well, let's be honest. You're talking about his daughter,
yes,
not his son. You're talking about him playing his daughter.
Well, both. It shouldn't have been either. It's just dumb. It's just stupid. He doesn't look like his dad. He doesn't look like George McFly.
Okay, but if that's
stupid.
But if that's the case, and that's your defense,
it was a quirk.
You like the third movie, and he plays his ancestor Seamus McFly. So why is that not the same thing?
That's also kind of dumb.
Okay, well, at least you acknowledge that.
Well, I mean, I think they did that because they set the precedent with the second movie, so they had to do it with the third. You see what I'm saying? They already went there, so they just continued to go there. I think in the second movie they decided to be quirky, and we're going to do this, and we're going to let Michael J. Fox do these other characters. And I just thought he looked terrible, it looked stupid, it looked dumb, and it didn't make any sense to me.
I'm going to tell you this: when I watched Back to the Future 3, and he's walking like as Marty McFly beside Seamus McFly,
looks rough.
Because of the way they did, superimposing.
You see a weird line.
It looks crazy. Like, when he's Marty McFly, he almost looks like he has, like, a sepia-colored tone to him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, where the film's overlaid on top of itself. Because, it's just crazy looking to look at, man. It's really crazy. I mean, you see so many flaws when you look at it in 1080p.
I like all three of the films. I prefer the third movie. I think it has a much more coherent story because it doesn't jump around. He just stays in...
It's got a little boy pointing to his penis.
Yeah, it's got a little boy to his crotch. I don't know if exactly... he just wanted someone to look at his whole crotch area.
And he beckoned you forward towards it.
Yeah, he beckoned you towards the camera. Hey, take a look at this crotch. It's a well-known weirdness in Back to the Future 3.
I don't know how... nobody saw that on the set.
It to me was a logical dilemma fix the way the first movie was. And the second movie is kind of like, oh, we're meddling with stuff and we're jumping back and forth. And I feel like there's not a great coherency. I think that it's still a great movie. I just don't like it if I'm going to, I do like the futuristic aspects of it. That's enjoyable to watch. Of course, I like Westerns. And I don't think that the Western aspect is extremely exciting because it's just a Western type,
Well, I discovered a paradox as I was watching it.
Well, of course, it's Back to the Future. It's full of them.
Exactly. So, first movie... He tells Doc that on the night he goes back, he's going to be shot. He writes it in the letter. Mm-hmm. Doc refuses to read said letter. In the first movie, tears it up, throws it out.
Correct.
Okay?
Supposedly.
Marty goes back, sees Doc get shot, goes down to check on him. Doc sits up, and he pulls out the letter, and you see it all taped together, and he says, I figured, what the hell?
Right.
Great. Second movie. Okay? We're going to move to the second movie now. Mm-hmm. Marty goes back into 1985. Into the film... DeLorean gets struck by lightning, sends Doc back to 1885.
Right.
Okay? Marty runs back to town to tell Doc, I'm back from the future. You got to help me. Doc falls over, faints. Marty takes him home. When did Doc get the letter that he tore up? So now he's going to be dead in the future because he never gathered the letter up.
I don't know.
I noticed that when I watched it this time. Oh, wait. Now that Doc's fainted and Marty had to take him home, he's not got the letter to tape it all back together.
That's true.
Which means Doc's going to die when they go back to the future.
Well, maybe he won't have to steal what is it? The plutonium.
Plutonium.
I want to know how Doc knew he wasn't going to get shot in the face. I mean, they did have a rocket launcher at some point, didn't they?
They did. They did pull out a rocket launcher.
But then again, he didn't really know. So, I mean, you're not like you're going to walk around in a big bodysuit. He just took a chance, and it paid off for him.
Or maybe Marty specifically. Well, no, because Marty wrote in the letter, "You get shot." He didn't say where.
Yeah, that's true. I enjoy now the Illuminati that has entered into the fray of Back to the Future, in which
I've never heard this.
Yeah, in which we talked about it a little bit. In which Doc, there's two things that I always is questionable. And then now that this new thing's been brought up, it makes me scratch my head. One is, of course, that I always laugh at is the fact in the first Back to the Future that Marty knocks on his door back in 1955. And he's got this very nice house. And we can both agree on that. The house is a mansion almost.
Yeah.
And Marty's talking to him, and he's like, you're a crazy person. I'm going to leave my house. You stay here. You're a crazy person. Stay in my house. He completely leaves a stranger who he thinks is mentally ill in his house and just leaves. I was always like, that makes no sense. Why are you going to just let a strange, crazy person in your house? But the new thing that's weird is people think that Doc McBrown had a suicide itch. That's why whenever the DeLorean's coming at him, he pulls Marty towards him. The look on his face, he didn't know it was the first time he ever tried it. It's the first time he ever tried the time machine. They could have died. He was like, either this thing is going in the future, or we're both going to die. And he pulls Marty there towards him. So a lot of people are like, nowadays, I've read a couple things where people said that Marty, that Doc had a death wish. Much like Charles Bronson. He wishes he was dead. So.
Well, what's funny to me, again, from watching the films recently, they become great friends over the week he spends, or the 2 weeks he spends in 1955, okay?
Right.
And as they're about to leave, he says, I'm going to miss you. We've really become close friends, right?
Okay.
So he comes back at the end of the second movie, tells him he needs him. Doc faints, takes him home. Started the third movie. He goes back to calling Marty Future Boy. Like, you were good friends. You were good friends for the last 2 weeks. And all of a sudden, now you don't believe the story he's telling you. And you're back to calling him Future Boy instead of calling him Marty. Like,
the movies are a mess.
Doesn't make any sense.
Well, the reboots will be better. Like I told you, they're going to get Eric Stoltz to reprise his original role as...
So, moving on. How was your week?
It was good. It was kind of just a melange of the same thing over and over again. Playing Destiny. We've been playing a lot of Destiny.
We got some good time in together.
A lot of Destiny playing, and just kind of like a melange of a lot of rain. It's been real rainy, and just kind of the same thing every day.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched a whole bunch of TV or anything like that. Just playing video games. Got to get back in my role playing. I got Call of Cthulhu next Wednesday to play. I got to finally, get back on running that.
I start my new schedule next week.
What day is it? What day are you starting that?
Monday.
Fantastic.
I start working 9 to 6.
Let's see how long that lasts.
A normal person schedule. It only took me 11 years to get to it.
Well, I'm pretty sure that within a couple months, unfortunately, I hate that this is going to be the case. I'm certain I'm going to hear this from you. Man, I'm fucking pissed. One of my guys is quitting. I'm going to have to go back on nights.
Well, the fact of the matter is this. I know that it's going to be temporary in the sense of I have a guy that's under a 1-year contract. Mm-hmm. And if he doesn't get re-signed to that contract or if we move him somewhere else, I will have to go back to my old schedule. Sure. So I know that. And I also know that the months of sweeps, which is our ratings periods, I'll have to work nights during those months, which is February, May, November.
Right.
So I'll be on my previous schedule on those months. But, I mean, it's at least a little while, 9 to 6. See how it goes.
That works.
See what happens.
Anything else happening with you?
No, I got nothing else really. You've got something to do today.
Yep, we've got a big moment here. All the Go Apers, I'm certain, are going to be ready to hear this.
They're on the edge of their seats.
They're on the edge of their seats. For it. Yep, they've got their Beats by Dre headphones on. I'm certain listening to this. Mm-hmm. They've got their pumpkin spice lattes or whatever. Okay, and so this is what we're going to do. We're going to roll up my team for next year,
NFL team.
Yep.
The season's over.
Yep.
How'd your Raiders finish up?
Terrible. Was it 3-13?
I don't know, something like that. Something really bad. I'm actually hoping you roll up the Panthers. I'm really pulling for you to be a Panthers
Well, there's
fan.
a possibility if I do roll up the Panthers, I will make a decision and re-roll.
Well, the decision is you've rolled it in front of all of our. You have to live with that, knowing that in front of all of our listeners, in front of all of our listeners.
My world, my rules.
Terrible.
To sell. Jennifer Lopez.
It's plenty of things.
All right, so here we go. Let me tell people how this works. All right, I've got a D4 in front of me. It's a 4-sided die for you people who don't understand that. And AFC, NFC. Okay? Mm-hmm. AFC is 1-2. NFC is 3-4.
Okay.
All right, so this is going to start us off.
All right.
You'll hear the die hit the table.
AFC is 1-2.
The AFC is 1-2.
All right.
NFC is 3-4.
Let's hear it.
AFC.
It's AFC.
All right.
There's still a chance he could get my Dolphins. We don't want
get
that.
The Dolphins. I do want to be a Dolphins.
I don't want him being a Dolphins.
Okay,
fan.
now first let's just stop, and I'm gonna go through the list here, and I want to look at some of the teams that I could possibly get that would be trash or good.
The Raiders again.
Broncos, I'd be happy with. Raiders.
You could get the
I have
Raiders
not
again.
yet debated whether or not I can have the same team twice in a row.
I think you could.
I don't really like that. Ravens, I'd be okay with.
What if you go back to the Jets?
That'd be unfortunate. Patriots are in there.
Now let me lay this out for our listeners. This is going into your third year doing it this way, I believe.
Correct.
You were a Jets fan.
Yes.
Then you were a born in the womb Oakland fan.
Raiders. Yep.
A Raiders fan. Yes. And now we're seeing where it's going to go.
Yeah. There's a couple good teams that could land here that are winners. Is what I'm gonna call them.
Okay.
Ravens, Steelers. The AFC South is a real Duke hole.
Well, it could have been worse. Could have been the NFC South.
Patriots.
The NFC South.
Yes, I know.
Worst. My team, the Dolphins, did better than everybody in that league division.
Here we go. So now we've got North, South, East, West. All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, respectively.
1, 2, 3, 4, respectively.
All right. So wait, where's the East at?
East is third.
Okay, we don't want to see a 3 come up.
It's a 2.
He's rolled a 2.
I've rolled a terrible division.
You could get the Colts, honestly. The Colts are really good.
This is going to be bad.
They're actually, I'm going to go ahead and say this real quick. despite
I could get the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes, you could. Despite let me lay this out for our listeners while you're face palming over there.
Pain.
My pick for the Super Bowl this year is the Indianapolis Colts against the Dallas Cowboys.
This Super Bowl coming up.
That's coming up right now. I think it's going to be the Colts versus the Cowboys. I hope not, because like 2 weeks ago the Cowboys beat them like 45-7. Mm-hmm. But the Colts are still a very good team.
I have a feeling this is going to be terrible.
So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 down the board, right?
Yep.
Here, move your hand so I can see what's what. All right, so we're talking Houston. He's got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville Jaguars. Congratulations, buddy.
Fuck.
I think you guys had the first pick of the draft.
God dang. Oh, that is sucky balls, man. How did I downgrade?
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, my God. I'm going to say this about the Jaguars. They are a terrible, terrible fucking team. They should have been dissolved years ago.
You got a team worse than the Raiders.
They are the worst team ever, actually. They came on board with the Carolina Panthers during that, expansion year. They are the shittiest team ever to come out for the amount of wins to losses. They are a terrible, terrible fucking team. I could not have rolled anything worse. I mean, that is the worst roll I could have possibly rolled. In my opinion, that is worse than the Raiders. The Raiders won a fucking Super Bowl.
All right.
Unbelievable.
I'll make you a deal right now, okay? Here's the thing.
Okay.
You can re-roll your team.
All right. You're
Okay. But the penalty is to re-roll your team.
Okay.
That at any point during any of the 3 rolls, be it either AFC, NFC, division, or particular team, I can shift your number by 1 in either direction.
Okay. Well, let's do it, because I'll take anything over the Jaguars.
I hope we get
I take a stick in the eye.
Now, keep in mind that if you land in that same division, I could push you towards the Jaguars with that one push.
Okay, whatever you want to do. This will be fun.
All right.
Here we go. AFC and NFC.
That's a shame, because I think you should have kept the Jaguars. You got the first pick.
1. So AFC again.
AFC again.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Son of a bitch.
2.
It's this NFC South again.
He's in the AFC South.
AFC South.
You're in that division.
You don't want to move that one around?
Well, no, because
I might get Colts.
What if I push you into my division and you possibly get the Dolphins?
That would be great. I'd be a
born
in the womb Dolphins fan.
I'll never let you be that.
You can teach me the Dolphins handshake.
I'll never let you be that.
I'll teach you the Dolphins handshake.
All right, continue.
All right,
here we go.
Here we go. The Texans, Houston Texans. That's not a good team either.
Or I could push you to be a Colts fan. I'm gonna leave you with the Texans.
No.
I really wanted you to roll either Texans or whatever's below Jacksonville, so I could have shifted you back to Jacksonville.
How did these fuckers do this year?
Not great.
I'm looking right now. 9-7.
Well, that's better than the Dolphins. We finished 8-8, so.
And it's better than the Panthers, and they're going to the playoffs, possibly wild card, right? Today, they're playing today.
Maybe, I don't know. They're terrible.
All right, so we'll take the Houston Texans. Thank you for letting me have a rule. Even though I didn't. It's my rules, my world.
Well, I'll let you do it with a penalty. So.
Well, it could have really.
The penalty didn't come in to play, unfortunately. I wanted you to roll something like and land beside Jacksonville and push you right back into Jacksonville.
Yeah, that would have been murderous.
That would have been awesome.
Y'all would have heard of murder on Go Eat Podcast. Jonathan's gurgling last breaths. All right, we got a Go Eat Podcast to get to. So I'm a Houston Texans fan, born in the womb, Houston Texan fan.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, are they a new team? What the hell? They showed up out of nowhere, didn't they?
They've been around for a while.
What?
Yeah, man.
Excuse me.
It's gross,
dude. A bit of a burp.
We've been around for over probably 12 years.
Okay. That was the second expansion, I guess.
I don't know. They've been around for a while.
All right, so here we go.
Because they were the Oilers.
That's right.
And then they became the Texans.
Oilers. What a terrible name. What's the worst team name? Or like
the Texans actually came out in 2002, so I was right, 12 years.
So what's the worst you think?
What?
Like just name combo. I mean, is it Cleveland Browns?
Yeah, because who wants to be a color?
It's a dog or something, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a dog for their mascot, but how do you get that out of Browns?
I don't know. It's pretty dumb. It's pretty bad. And the Tennessee Titans? What the hell is a Titan? I mean, I know what a Titan is, but how does that relate to Tennessee?
Well, it's very Greek, Tennessee.
Much, yes, whatever. Okay, Here we go, guys.
You're a Jacksonville fan. I think we need to keep you on Jacksonville. I can't change the rules, so.
I would get first round pick. I'd be jazzed about the first round.
You're a Jacksonville Jaguar fan.
Am I going back to Jacksonville? I don't really care.
I think you should. You rolled it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah. Be a man.
All right, Jacksonville Jaguars it is. It leaves her some good laughter. It does. I thought I made everybody laugh when I told them I was a Raiders fan. Now I'm going to tell them I'm a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. I'll probably be lynched and killed in the street.
Born in the womb,
Jacksonville Jaguars fan. Let's get to it. I gotta cleanse my mind.
Oh, I don't think you got first round pick.
They probably tossed it off, didn't they?
No, the Rams have first pick.
They get second. No, they probably tossed it off somewhere. You know, they probably gave it to somebody else. We'll trade you our picks.
What the hell was their record? What did they finish at?
I don't know. That would be an effort on my side. I'll look. Hold on. All right, Jacksonville Jaguars. They finished. It looks like it was 3-13. Terrible team. 32nd in points, 31st in yards, 31st in passing yards, and 21st in rushing yards. Very, very stinky. And these Jacksonville fans, I mean, they've been sticking with this team for so many years, much like myself now, if I'm going to be a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's what you are.
Okay, fine. All right. It does lead to some good comedy. The fact that I think I went worse. I really do. But they're both pretty bad. You ready for episode 2 of the Return to the Planet of the Apes?
Looks like Jaguars have number 3. No, number 2.
Okay,
yeah, number 2.
I'll take it. Can't believe I rolled that up. That's absolute garbage. And I do believe that I'm going to institute the rule where I cannot roll up the same team twice. Because that does not. It's supposed to be a new team every year. You know, something new and exciting.
Well, technically, every team gets new players every year, so it is a new team every year.
Yeah, but certain teams win all the time. Certain teams lose all the time.
You know about that.
Yes.
You've picked some real losers the last couple of years.
How many Super Bowls have we seen the Dolphins go to?
In my lifetime?
Yeah.
1.
How old were you?
3.
All right, and you saw it.
I don't remember it.
Of course you're not.
I've never seen them get to the Super Bowl. It's happened once in my lifetime. But
Probably
I've never
filling
seen
up your diaper at that time. That's what you're doing.
At 3 years old?
Probably so. You're still in diapers at 3. Duking it.
I'm a terrible
pull-ups.
child.
You're in pull-ups.
If they ever make the Super Bowl, I will go to it.
Really?
Yeah, if they ever make it to the Super Bowl, I will find a way to buy a ticket for it, no matter how much it costs me.
Okay. Well,
I'm going
it's a
to
deal.
it. Because I may never get a chance to see it again in my lifetime.
True. Well, I never
seen that the Dolphins come around for the Super Bowl, maybe like Haley's Comet, like once every 75 years.
Could be. I never thought I'd see the Cardinals go to the Super Bowl.
Who cares about the Cardinals?
I never thought it would happen.
Even your Panthers, when you were a Panthers fan, made the Super Bowl.
Sure. Well, they almost went to the Super Bowl second year they were out, didn't they? Didn't they get all the way to the championship game?
No, they did go to the Super Bowl one time.
No, I'm talking about the second year. This is the second year after
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
No, I know all about that. I know all about them going to the Super Bowl. It was a very good one, too. Real quick, to change subjects real quick, which is probably preferable. It's J.R. Tolkien's birthday today. Wow, it's disrespectful.
Happy birthday, Professor.
It would have been like 123 or something.
Yeah.
All right.
It's better off he's not alive to see what Peter Jackson did to his films.
That is true.
The Hobbit, especially.
Real rapage. Okay, well, they are apparently, they've fueled a couple of cities. This is spinning body underneath the ground. They hooked up some diodes. All right, so Return to the Planet of the Apes. It's a cartoon.
All right.
And this is episode 2, Escape from Ape City. Right?
Yep.
It's a pretty good episode, I thought, didn't you?
It went by quick. I'll give it that.
And why is that?
I don't know.
Had a lot of stuff going on.
Maybe it's because I was actually engaged this time doing something during the episode with my stopwatch. Mm-hmm. I was clocking times of no dialogue. 4.5 minutes.
Which I think is a normal now. I mean, you're not going to have talking all the time in shows like that.
But you shouldn't have one. Like, there was literally, at one point, like a 47-second shot of just movement with no dialogue. That's not normal. That's not normal on a show. 47 seconds in one go.
That's abnormal.
Of just silence.
All right, it starts off with a Jeep, and it's got a cage, and of course, Bill's in the back of that cage. Mm-hmm. He's surrounded by these caveman-like humanoids.
Bob Seger just had his head in his lap.
Yeah, it was like down towards his crotch. Go on. Jeff's in a tree still with Nova. Right?
What a lazy ass.
Yeah, he's a little bit of lazy. He's in a little bit of an awkward pose, too.
Yeah, he was sprawled out in front of
Nova.
Nova.
Little Frenchish. Little French pose.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
Exactly.
That's what he
I
was.
want you to draw me wearing this. Only this. All right. So Bill talks, and a caveman's like, "Oh no, you can't be doing that." He covers up Bill's mouth. Doesn't want the apes to obviously hear him. And the apes are like, "Well, we'll be using these humanoids in our war games." I would like to have seen that. It must have been pretty messy, I bet.
All it would have been was whips to necks.
Probably so. I don't know. Could be some of those mortars and artillery blowing up people. Could have been pretty nasty. So Zera's there. They're having like a big parade that's getting ready to go. They're bringing back these caged humanoids. The army is, and people are lining the streets. And you've got Zera and Cornelius. And they're talking to Dr. Zayas. And I've got here Zera talks shit about Urko, about how kind of brutal he is, and Zayas kind of defends him a little bit. Like, well, he's in charge of the security of everybody, and show him respect type thing. So like I said, they've got the parade of army trucks and the captured humanoids. Urko says this great line that the only good humanoids are caged ones, or better yet, dead ones, which I thought was pretty good. He hates them. I mean, he hates humanoids with a passion.
He always has.
Yep. Zera, of course, she sees Bill, doesn't remark on his fine tailored clothing or the colors that were used.
No one does.
No one does. He's got blue shoes on too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she's looking at his eyes.
Yeah,
so.
was it blue shirt, white pants, blue shoes, and his.
But he's caught her eye with his eyes.
Right, and his nice shaved face too.
Forget the fact that he's not wearing animal skins.
Yeah, and doesn't have a beard.
But she notices his eyes. Mm-hmm. I question everything about this society.
She's just an idiot. She calls him Blue Eyes.
Real original.
Well, it's a take on the other, whatchamacallit.
I guess.
Kind of like Bright Eyes, Blue Eyes. She says that she wants him for study. Urko's having none of it.
Nope. They're for use for the war games.
He's like, look, dude, these are for... He says...
Well, no, he gets pissed because he goes like this. He goes, she says, I'd like him for one of the 6 you promised me. And he goes, what's all this 6 shit?
Yeah.
You're not getting 6 of these people.
Well, they're for my experiments. And what does he say?
Rats to your experiments. He either says rats or rots. Rot on your experiments.
Whatever it is.
Either way.
It's kind of hard to understand. I've got here, Azir is very impressed with Blue Eyes.
I don't speak Simian.
No. She shows that there's, the tests and stuff, and this is, another one of those throwback scenes to Battle of the Planet of the Apes, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, with, doing how smart he is with
Which
the
Escape's
tests.
my favorite movie, of course.
What? Everybody knows that's bullshit.
That movie's crap.
It's not that great. I mean, no, it's good.
Exactly, it's not that great. You said it. It's recorded.
All right. She shows the test how good Bill is to Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas leaves, and Bill talks about, well, hey, they ought to do some surgery on this guy's brain. Bill does not like the sound of that, and of course he
speaks up.
Yeah, he speaks up. He's like, "You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna mess with my brain."
Yeah,
and
almost an insanity rant.
Yeah, and they're like, "He can speak."
He's like, "I speak with my mouth because I have a brain."
Yeah, and they're kind of shocked, but unfortunately, a gorilla goon was dropping eaves, and he heard
a guard.
Yep, he heard it. He runs and tells the council. They talk about how only they are the ones to know that humanoids used to rule over the earth, and that humanoids were destroyed in a great war. Mm-hmm. And that should humanoids possibly reclaim control again, they would possibly, they could rehash the same thing.
They would just destroy the world again.
Yeah, they would just do it again. So they decide destroy all humanoids.
If they speak.
Yeah.
If it's a humanoid that talks, all humanoids have to die.
Well, now that they know, and they're finally like, well, we're going to go beat some ass about this. So they decide to surround the, I guess it's like a scientific building where they, Dr. Zera and Cornelius was. Surround the building. Zera and Cornelius realize that, a gorilla was overheard him talking, and they helped Bill escape by the roof. Okay? So, Zayas and gorillas bust into the lab, and Zera and Cornelius are pretty smart. They act like they've been overwhelmed by Bill. Like they got their asses kicked by him.
Yeah, they're laid out in the cage.
And obviously, Bill escaped.
Now, let's sit here in the podcast and not speak for 47 seconds.
That's not going to be
because that's how long he was on run for.
Well, who was he going to talk to?
Yeah, but it just kept cutting the scenes of just...
It wasn't the worst, but it definitely does do
47 seconds. So we're going to be quiet for 47 seconds.
No, I'm not going to do that. we're gonna lose. People will be dropping off left and right.
Exactly. Nobody on this show. Nobody was watching.
They
this
got
show.
nothing to see, but you at least see something on TV on the TV.
Yeah, I think we saw the same 3 frames slid across the screen.
He's got some real ups on that. With that high stepping he does when he runs, man.
He did have a pretty big gallop.
Yeah, he's got a big run. So we won't be doing that. That's crazy, dog. They've got some jeeps. The gorillas do, and they're searching with big, spotlights down the alleys and stuff. And it's pretty much what this whole episode is. It's just him escaping. It's Escape from the Ape City. That's what it's called. And I've got here, all the gorillas talk like regular dudes. Like, before, they, in the movies and stuff, they didn't just talk like a dude that just lived down the street. But all these gorillas doing this. And a lot of them are drawn differently. So it's kind of weird when you're watching the cartoon. You're like, well, that one looks really weird.
I hate how they're all drawn.
I think they look good, but some of them look poor. Or they look weird.
Listen.
Weird mouths.
If we could somehow equate this, to the show, they're not wearing B-Team masks, but they've got G-Team artists drawing this.
They got something. Sometimes it's not great.
It's probably children in sweatshops drawing this.
Probably so. But some of them just talk regularly. They're
like, poor 4-year-olds.
Have you found anything down the alleyway? And the other guy's like, no, I haven't gone down that way. I mean, they just talk real, just kind of matter of fact, but that's fine. And this is a good scene that shows you the city. I mean, it looks like it almost looks like a European city, if you ask me. That's the way it kind of looks, a lot of it. They, of course, can't find him. But they want to try to find him because Urko has said that it's instant promotion for whoever nets the savage. All right?
Instant promotion would be good.
Yep. Bill luckily hides underneath a bridge.
Yep.
That's where he drew some blood.
That's where he did some drugs.
Yep. And a gorilla spots him. But that gorilla is quickly tossed by Bill's expert karate skills.
Hip toss.
Yeah, he gives a good hip toss.
Yeah, the guy jumps towards Bill.
Yep.
Bill pretty much jumps upward, slamming his shoulder into the guy's waist and flipping him over his back into water.
He's got expert skills. Bill does.
I guess they teach you that in astronaut school.
I would say one of the many faults of this show too is that
it's the animation.
Well, no, I mean it is what it is. Judy, at least that she's got a sister. Bill and Jeff have no backstory. They have no real personality. They're pretty much bland as can be. And,
salt and pepper.
Yeah, and they don't talk about their families. They don't have any other, kind of the way that Alan was in the TV show, talking about his family and stuff.
Flat characters.
Yeah, very flat characters. And like I said, Judy is actually, at least she said something about a family member.
Give this necklace to my sister.
Yeah. And so I've got here, damn truck scene, because here we go, we've got them in the damn truck again, all these gorillas. They're searching the field that Bill's run into, and lo and behold, here comes Jeff and Nova. They notice the activity that's going on in the field. They hide in a tree, and they think that it's a lone gorilla, and Jeff's like, well, I'm going to have to beat his ass. Okay?
Leaps down onto him.
It's Bill. So they've met up again.
What luck.
Yep, so very lucky. A newscaster on the TV tells all the gorillas of the city to remain indoors, that they're still on the hunt for these shitheads, humanoids. And it switches over to Zero and Cornelius, and they say that humans have pretty much the same right to live as apes. Yeah. And so it shows they're, obviously, just like the movies, they're going to be on their side. And they help them escape, obviously. So the heroes see an encampment of captured humanoids, the ones that they were brought with them. And it looks almost like a wooden fort or something.
Yeah, it looks like an old, like fortress
frontier,
like you would see.
Fort. They spring them and load them into a truck because they're going to, obviously, they're going to let them get free because they're going to be used for these.
Now, how did they get into the fort so easily?
They should open up a door, didn't they?
Yeah, because some jackass rolls up in a Jeep and is like, I need you guys to come with me. And they're like, well, we're the only 2 guards on duty. They're like, yeah, but they're all locked in for the night. It'll be fine. So some idiot ape pulls away the 2 guards for the fortress.
Yeah, of course, I'm certain that Bill and Jeff would have been able to take care of them with their skills.
Yeah,
possibly so. It's just very convenient. Jeff sets fire to the wagon cages, which it was funny. They were like, if they don't have these wagon cages, they can't capture them again. I'm like, yeah, I know. Wagon cage makers have long since died out. Nobody can make a wagon cage. That's an old technique. So they take the truck, and you find out that Urko and them, they find out that the truck's been spotted going up a mountain road. And, of course, that's where they exclaim about, why didn't you leave somebody there, you idiot? Zayas,
Zayas calls Urko an idiot.
It's a little bit of a back and forth.
Yeah, he's like, you're an idiot. Why don't you leave people here? He's like, I didn't know they were going to pull both guards. I would have left one here.
Yeah, I didn't know that he was in the area as well. So they push the truck off
Which
the
is,
cliff.
by the way, stupid. Like, you don't know where he is. So
Don't pull.
you wouldn't assume that.
Yeah,
like,
don't pull anything.
that's just dumb.
Just stay where you need to stay. It's kind of like when you're lost and people tell you...
And what were those 2 extra apes going to do for the search?
I don't know. Four other eyes on the scene.
Well, unfortunately, 0 eyes left on the fortress.
That's true. They push the truck off the cliff. Kaboom. As it blows up.
Push the truck, mind you. This is a massive army truck.
They had a lot of people, though.
Still, though, that seems pretty impressive.
They did. It was cartoon. It blocks the road, and the apes, and it stops the apes from advancing up the mountain. And that's one thing where I'm kind of like, that truck really could have been handy down the road, but I guess you had to make a decision. So they've wound up back in the humanoid's cave, which I don't think is too smart. If you think these people are beasts, right, which the apes do, they're free. Where do you think the beasts are going to go right back to? All Urkel had to do was go...
Their den.
Mount up, which we'll see what happens in the next episode. All right? They decide that they need to search...
In the meantime, we'll chill till then.
Exactly. Rest, chill to the next episode.
That's what I just said.
Yeah. You said chill.
Till then.
Till the next episode.
Because you already said, we'll see you in the next episode.
Oh, I got you.
And I said chill.
Anyhow, they decide they need to search for a better place for these humanoids to live. And... they're like, we could use these blocks and put them up together, and that would be more defensible. And they're like, we could use a laser cutter.
From the ship.
From the ship. The pod. Let's not call it a ship.
Where's the pod at?
It's at the bottom of the lake, they say.
Great.
Which I thought the lake... Okay. Is a lake salt water? Can you not drink a lake, a normal lake? I think you can. I mean, it's not a saltwater lake then. I don't call...
The Great Salt Lake is a salt lake.
Yeah, I know. Well... I don't know. I thought they landed on the coast.
Science.
No, I thought they landed on the coast.
Maybe.
It didn't look like a lake. It looked like kind of...
I don't really remember.
Because they were like, we can't drink the water. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. But this laser cutter's at the bottom of the lake, and that's the end of the episode.
Yep.
Escape from Ape City.
He escaped.
So what's your final view of Escape from Ape City? It's better than last week's episode, right?
Like I said, it did go faster than last week's episode, for sure. Last week's episode had a lot more traveling in it.
Yes.
With silence.
Yeah.
So this week's episode did go faster.
It is a good episode, I think. It's a better episode of this.
Better episode than the first.
And I remember when we first watched it, I was going, wow, that was a pretty decent episode. Because it had, it had some character movement there, and, like I said, it goes at a kind of fast pace. And then there's a little preview of the next week's episode, and that's a really good episode. So I'm looking forward to...
What happens next week?
Mutants.
And Judy.
It's called Lagoon of Peril.
Judy's back. She didn't die.
Nope. And we'll see. Of course, you've just given it up to everybody. They were like...
Spoilers.
I think the episode's pretty decent. Like I said, there's only a couple episodes where I'll be like, this was a great episode. Mm-hmm. It's just not... It's not fantastic.
Believe me, yes. There are only a couple episodes where you'll say that.
Exactly.
Pueblos.
I do like Monster Bird. I'll probably say that's a good episode. And of course, the Any Mutant stuff is great. It just, we'll talk about that when we get to them. Mm-hmm. So, I know it's kind of short there. So, what are we doing on time?
Well, pretty short.
Guess so.
But I had something I wanted to talk about.
Oh, okay. This is the back end bullshit.
The other day, I was bored. So I was watching old National Geographic stuff.
This is never good.
Netflix. Okay. I was watching stuff about like mega volcanoes and things like that. Okay. Right? Something occurred to me. It showed Mount Rushmore, and it said 600,000 years from now will be about the time Mount Rushmore is worn down so much by wind and erosion that it will be unrecognizable.
Okay.
So I was thinking about that. In the year like 3,785. What do you think the apes would have done if they came across Mount Rushmore and saw it?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they probably blown it up.
Like if they would have just seen like 4 human faces carved into the side of a mountain.
Blown it up.
Or like Stone Mountain, Georgia, with like, like horses and cavalry and stuff on it. Like, what madness would they think if they saw that?
Yeah, they probably would have blown it up. They were like, we're not having any of this shit, are we?
But it's out there at that point. It's not like just the scientists would have seen it. You got like maybe an army come across it or something.
It's true.
Too many people know.
Well, I guess, but think about Roswell. A lot of people supposedly saw Roswell, and they were able to hide that pretty good.
Hide what?
The aliens and shit.
Are there aliens there?
Well, that's what they said.
Never heard that.
Get the fuck out of here. But I mean, a lot of people supposedly saw that, and they were, they trumped the government was able to trump that.
I guess.
What do you think about Roswell?
You
think they actually saw aliens and shit?
I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, their reasoning, like now, remember, like a couple years back, they were like, "We're going to finally let you know that it was like some weather balloon, like special program we had with like dummies and shit, like some sort of." I was like, "What? Like, come on, man! Obviously, some shit went down there." Do you believe in aliens, Jonathan?
Yes.
How come?
Because I think it would be pretty arrogant to say we're the only intelligent life in the entire universe.
Okay, I guess let me change this. Do you believe that we've been visited by aliens? Because I do believe that there's, like you said, I agree with that. That in another planet there's probably aliens. But I'm saying, like,
do I think aliens have ever visited Earth?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I would lean towards no.
Okay.
I mean, because honestly, like, I don't feel like it's like your favorite movie, First Contact.
No.
Why the hell would aliens come here? We haven't demonstrated anything that would be worth their time, in my opinion.
Not really.
You know, and then unless it's like Battlefield Earth and they're just showing up to take our gold.
That's true.
We've already had time to smelt it into bars. Rat brains.
Rat brains.
But I mean, yeah, you know, I don't think that aliens have any reason to come here because we haven't demonstrated any value to a universal society. Right. We're still killing each other, for God's sake.
Oh yeah,
we haven't demonstrated space travel to be able to
not real good.
Like warp 1. We haven't hit warp 1. Once we break that warp barrier, then we're with them.
You know, Trey's really activated here in this part of this podcast.
Right now, he's probably wrecking a room right now, like just destroying it.
I need to get on this podcast.
He's like, I've got things to add.
Well, this is my thing. I don't believe in ghosts. Okay, ghosts are absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
So what do you think happens when we die?
I don't know.
We're just dead?
Well, we'll find out. Or we won't.
Throw my body in the trash when I'm dead.
Yeah. No, I mean, we will. That's the thing. I don't think anybody really knows. That's just my own thing.
So you don't believe in ghosts?
No. Ghosts are absolute bullshit. Yeah, I do not believe in ghosts. With all the picture taking and all the stories I've heard, him and Han, it's the same thing with UFOs. Yes, okay, there's plenty of videos of little spots of light flashing around up in the sky. It's always the same. Everybody's got a camera coming out their ass nowadays. And we can't get a better picture of damn UFOs than what we've had. Okay, yeah, we've had a couple here and there zipping around. I've had my own visualization of what I thought was possibly a UFO. I don't know. I mean, what I saw was pretty impressive. Because I couldn't explain it. I mean, it was exactly what it says. Do I believe it was an alien? I don't know. I just you'd think that they would have a little bit better, with so many eyes watching and so much technology to catch it, we'd have better.
I agree.
All this shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't believe in Bigfoot. I believe there would have been a picture taken by now.
I believe in Loch Ness Monster before I believe in Bigfoot. Because Loch Ness Monster, if he can get into the ocean or something, or she, then she can hide there forever. Well, I mean, the ocean is completely an alien place.
Agreed. Now, that's what I was going to bring up. I believe of all the things that sci-fi movies have been made of, okay. I believe there's a better chance that there is still some ocean-dwelling animal from prehistoric times that could still be alive at the bottom of the ocean.
That we have not seen yet.
I mean, for all I know, there's something that's literally 50 million years old hibernating at the bottom of the damn ocean.
Like Godzilla.
Yeah, it could be kaiju down there. Yeah. I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. Of all the things in science fiction, that to me is the most plausible because there's so much of the ocean that we can't explore, and it's so pitch black dark at the bottom. It's so huge. Mm-hmm. I believe there could be shit that I mean, there is. They constantly find new things at the bottom of the ocean we've never seen
just
before.
The other day. And I mean, I'm glad to see one of my favorite animal is a cephalopod. I love squids and octopuses, cuttlefish. And see, that's the thing. The giant squid, footage and stuff like that has come a long way. But that's a creature that we knew existed. There's evidence that its body washing up and stuff. So that's not something that's so far out there. Let me just back up when I say about this UFO thing. Do I believe? Do I discount UFOs that we see and stuff? No. I don't know what they are. I hope that they're aliens. That would be neat. But I think more than anything, I'm just pissed that we don't have better evidence at this point with all the cameras that are sticking out.
Yeah, I just don't believe aliens have any reason to visit us because I don't think we have anything to add.
I don't know if you really need a reason. I mean, think about I guess unless they've got like a Prime Directive type thing, like old Picard,
or in the new Star Trek Planet of the Apes crossover, the Primate Directive.
Oh, okay.
Not making that up.
Trey's probably really activated again. He likes it both, man.
I haven't read it yet.
I like to see it.
I just saw it on the cover of something that said Primate Directive.
Well, I just want to see. I'm certain that Kirk's going to be kicking some ass, some ape ass.
Or dying and saying, oh my.
Yeah. So, yeah, do I believe in ghosts? No. Not at all. There's just no shred of evidence whatsoever. Ghost stories have been around ages. There was a pretty popular one about 2,000 years ago.
I don't know, man. I think I believe in ghosts.
Really?
Yeah. When I'm saying ghosts, I'm talking about like so you
don't
don't believe
Patrick Swayze.
So you don't believe demonic possession exists?
Oh no, I don't know. Well, demonic possession is different than a ghost. I'm talking about a ghost. I'm not talking about like some sort of demon. That's at higher. That's like more. That's got several hit dice. That's more hit dice.
Wait. But let's talk about this for a second. So wait. So So you're separating ghosts and demons.
Oh, of course.
So you believe in demons?
I don't know if I believe in it. I can't say, man. I've not seen any evidence of demons myself at all either. I've seen some people doing some bullshit in some funky movies, but there's no evidence really of demons.
Let's talk about that for a second.
We'll talk about all of it.
Let's talk about that for a second.
It's a great podcast.
Of all the movies we've seen, right, with demonic possession, and they're always showing this footage like in a Catholic church. Where's all this footage at? Get that shit out in the public so people can really see it.
They hide it. The church
I want to see the real stuff.
Yeah, that's what doesn't make sense. If it's true and they've had these exorcism stuff, that's a resurgence. What is it? I can't even say the word. I don't know the word I'm thinking of. That's a prime example of your religion being true, is to see a demonic thing. Why wouldn't you want that to be seen? Look at the shit we're fighting. You know what I mean? Like this kind of...
so you're saying it's reinforcing it?
Yeah, it's reinforcing. That's the word. That was the word I was looking for. Reinforcing their religion. Why wouldn't they show that? I agree. So I just think it's... I've not seen any evidence at all of demonic possession. Okay? There's been some good books, and I've read some shit. But, I mean,
We've watched The Conjuring.
I've not seen any real videos.
Conjuring was real.
It's a good flick, but still.
Based on true story.
Yeah, I need to see real videos and stuff like this. Like you said, you show me the real videos, that's fine. Ghost stories, no hell way. I don't believe them at all. I can walk through the scariest freaking place in the dark. I'll be fine. It's really a good thing not to believe in ghosts because you don't think anything's going to fucking pop out.
Let me address that. I've thought about that too. Like, if there was an old mental hospital asylum, like let's say 4-story concrete building, long since been empty, right?
Creep Central.
Yeah, Creep Central. I wouldn't be so scared of walking through there in the middle of the night, midnight, of ghost, as much as like a hobo coming out of a side room and stabbing you.
Or trying to rape your butt.
Like, you could be killed by like some vagrant that's squatting there.
Oh, yeah,
I'd be more scared of that than I would of like something supernatural happening.
Some freak.
But I gotta be honest, every sound you hear in that place when you're walking through, you're gonna freak out.
Of course. But I knew that there would be sounds. I just don't believe them. I've heard some audio, what was it called? Unsolved Mysteries used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid with some of their stories. They
My sister too.
They're great stories, man.
She had to go back in daycare because of that show.
Wow. They're great stories, but I just don't believe in ghosts at all. I think that some of these UFOs, I hope that they're aliens. I'm just, like I said, I'm more pissed that we don't have better evidence of this stuff. So it leads me to be slightly skeptical, just a tad bit skeptical, and more of the fact that we should have better evidence. There needs to be evidence right now of UFO that's like almost 100%. Like you cannot, they can't say whether or not this has been, altered, the video's been altered or something that really is strange.
Do you think the government has aircraft that they don't let be public knowledge?
I tend to believe more of that, yes.
See, I believe that.
Yeah,
I believe literally in the term UFO, unidentified flying object. And I believe the government does have aerial vehicles that we don't know anything about.
Based on space technology. Like alien technology?
I don't know if I'd go that far, but definitely on shit that's more advanced than is out there in public knowledge.
Sure. I remember seeing in a Popular Science magazine years before they announced the stealth fighter. They had a blurry picture because I remembered it. I remember looking at it, and they were like, "We've seen this airplane. Nobody knows what it is. It's a blurry picture." But now I can, and that was years before this. Several years before the stealth fighter came out. That was it. And so when they announced the stealth fighter, I was like, "That's that freaking picture I saw." So I love conspiracies of government and stuff like that. We're X-Files fans, but I think it just, like I said, I do believe, I think it's kind of odd. I do believe that the government possibly could have like an alien craft they worked on back in the 50s or Roswell or something like that. I don't know if they've got anything recently. I think that a lot of the countries probably know about this because some of them don't, and some of them kind of leak some shit here and there. But I mean, some of this evidence needs to be. I know they've tried to release it, and it's all redacted and stuff like that. Some of the reports and things, but I don't know, man. The conspiracy part of me that likes this stuff would love for us to have gotten a lot of this technology from alien crafts. But I don't know. Just the evidence is just not out there, in my opinion, man. Like with YouTube and all these videos, and you can go watch a bunch of tons of shit about it. There's still not one that I'm like, wow. And I've seen a lot of video, like altered CGI shit that people put on there. But like, there's got to be something that makes national headlines. Here's evidence. The world stands and watches, and everybody goes, holy shit. Until that day comes, man. But ghosts, no. Come on. No.
I can't believe that you believe demons exist, but not ghosts.
I don't know. I told you I didn't know if demons exist.
Well, but even
there's no evidence at all.
I guess even separating the two from
you can put them together. I don't think that. I don't know. Demons are just. I mean.
But you wouldn't mess with a Ouija board.
I would mess with a Ouija board.
Would you?
It's evidence if it can pull.
In your house?
Sure, I do it at any time. I'm not afraid. Jonathan, let me tell you this.
Your wife would not allow that.
She understands. Everybody knows this about me. I have no fears of things like that. None. No fear. I'll bungee jump. I'll throw myself out of an airplane. Maybe I wouldn't try to like do a snake charming bit with a cobra. You know what I mean? I know that's dangerous. But you know what I'm saying? Like anything like that, I would probably do. And I know there's some safety involved in it. I don't fear none of that supernatural bullshit whatsoever. Now, granted, like you said, I'm more afraid of a fucking Jason or Mike Myers or something like that. Michael Myers.
Well, yeah, because slashers exist.
Yeah, exactly. But ghosts, no. Demons, I haven't really thought about whether or not I think demons are true. I have no evidence to say whether or not they do or don't.
I don't know, man.
See what I'm saying? I have no evidence to say.
I guess for me, man, I just wouldn't play with that. Like, I mean, I don't know what to say, dude. Like, I'm not going to play with demons. I'm not messing with that.
But what evidence do they exist or don't exist?
Whether there's evidence or not.
There's some good movies.
When you want to err on the side of caution.
Okay, fine. I won't mess with. Yeah, sure. I won't mess with demons, but I'm not going to sit here. I'm not seeing the videos and stuff like I've seen UFOs or ghosts. Now, could there be a Bigfoot out there somewhere? Like you said, that's very unlikely.
Like I said, man, with granted, there are still large areas of the earth we haven't seen, but in America, I don't think there's a Bigfoot around still.
Chupacabra.
The Mexican goat sucker?
Yeah, it's possible. See, I mean, if it dwells in caves and stuff, I mean, you would never, or like some sort of hole in the ground. Who knows? I don't know.
I don't know, man. Like I said, for me, the thing I found most plausible is that there's something still massive at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
That could just all of a sudden rise up one day and destroy cities.
I'm not 100% on all this stuff. I'm still a very gray area, but with ghosts, I'm very much no way. Demons, like I said, I don't think about those at all because, like I said, no evidence for or against them. You show me some evidence of somebody like bleeding out their eye or, some sort of crazy, words pop up out of their skin.
What if right now at this exact moment we're having this conversation, all of a sudden like one of my drawers flies out,
Well,
across
sure,
the
well,
room?
then there's
what
evidence.
would you think?
Well, evidence, there it goes. Yeah, ghosts. Or some shit.
Or
some boogeyman or boogeymen involved. You know what I mean? I've not seen it. I know I've talked to people who said that they've seen it.
So it wouldn't take much. What would it take for you to believe it?
Anything. I'm telling you, if this thing right here fucking floats in front of me, I'll be like, all right, I'm the monkeys. I'm a believer.
Something's here.
Yeah, something's going on. And I've heard stories from other people. Are they drugged? Are they drunk? Are they crazy people?
You know what you strike me as? You're the mother from Poltergeist. Like, something's wrong in your house, yet you're putting your baby on the floor and letting your baby slide across the kitchen or some shit.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it happen.
Like, that's not wise. I
want to see it happen. Like, that's my thing. Like, let me see this shit happen.
Melissa's not going to like this shit.
If a ghost, okay, you go into these ghost houses and something like that, I'll be cussing them out. Show yourself, motherfucker. Don't be playing around. You think you're big and bad? Come on. I'm not afraid of you.
I'm not going to go in that house with you.
I'll give you so many lefts, you'll be begging for rights. I'm like, I don't care. If you tell me right now there's a ghost house, that this house has got, it's a haunted house.
Okay.
That I'm going to be like, let's go see this thing. Show me the evidence. I've been wanting evidence for this shit for years. Space stuff, aliens. I mean, Close Encounters is my favorite movie. Like, that's a amazing answer to the question right there, that movie. That's why I like it so much. Like, you get the answer. He gets his answer. Exactly. This is something. And it's like, boom, that's why I like that movie. You get the answer that people wondered about. Now, I do think some of the ancient history stuff is pretty amazing. How the pyramids or some of these drawings or stuff are very interesting.
Do you think Atlantis existed?
I think probably Atlantis was an island somewhere that stories got built up around it, and through tidal waves or some other cataclysmic bullshit, it got sunk and stories rose out of it. But it was probably just a normal island full of shitheads.
Not like advanced means or anything.
No. I mean, there's a group of thought that says that recorded history and time is usually attached to religions, and that before that there's this vast space of time, and that's when a lot of this other stuff happened that wasn't recorded, like Atlantis being this amazing technological advanced society. And somebody said, well, why is there no evidence of them? That they were supposed to be a perfect society. And I heard that the reason was they were so perfect that they were perfect in their destruction, that their evidence of them was completely destroyed. So,
Convenient.
Very convenient explanation. So, I don't know. I mean, would I love for something like that to happen? Of course, man. I mean, I'm all about this type of stuff. Call of Cthulhu, Star Wars, science fiction. I love all that stuff. Do I think that any of like space travel and stuff like that is part of man's goal, or does they need it? I don't think so. I don't think man needs it. Man's pretty much a primitive animal as it is. It needs to eat, sleep, screw.
Well, we fucked this planet up, though.
Yeah, but that's our own making of us being smart.
I mean, another thing that special that I watched said at the beginning of the 1900s, okay, 1 billion people were on the planet.
Okay.
So in a century,
we
grew from 1 billion to over 6 billion, 7 billion people.
We've had a lot of boom.
So that's what I'm saying. The planet can't sustain all the people we have on it.
Well, I understand that.
That's why we got to get off this planet.
I understand that.
Else.
I understand, but I just don't think, like, whenever they show a new planet or something like that, or space exploration, I know there's certain people that want us to live like Star Trek. That's all well and good. But I just don't think that I think man is very basic in what he needs. I think that it doesn't matter. That's all he needs. And so he's going to continue to need that, unless all of a sudden we evolve again, but that would be way down the road if we even exist then. You know what I mean? We only need a certain amount of things: food, sleep, screwing, shitting. That's about it, and a couple other luxuries. That's all.
Water.
That's all that man's ever wanted. Even a caveman was probably like, "Oh, ooh, me like 'em, girl. Screw 'em. Ooh, hunk of dinosaur." I always love that. Whenever I try to tell somebody that cavemen were with dinosaurs, they're like, no, they weren't. I'm like, I just like getting a rise out of them. But yeah, I think it's all neat. I love that type of stuff. And we've been surrounded in this stuff forever. We love science fiction. I don't have rose-colored glasses on about a bunch of this stuff. I need some hardcore evidence. So I'm not a skeptic. I'm a believer without, well, how would I say it? I'm a skeptical believer. See what I'm saying? Like a dreamer of it. I hope. It'd be nice. I want to see aliens. That'd be cool.
I'm trying to think about
ghosts
aliens.
I don't need to see.
When I say aliens have no reason to come here, I would akin it to, make it akin to, someone studying gorillas. Like a human being studying a gorilla society.
We don't get much out of...
Like maybe aliens are here studying us, just watching what we do.
See how far we've come.
But, every now and then, gorillas see that person who's studying them.
And they're looking over at them.
Yeah, so I have to believe that maybe if there were aliens here, somebody has seen them. But I just don't know, man. I just don't buy it. Like,
we got cameras everywhere now.
But what if they look like us? What if they're in disguise?
Oh shit! Now you're getting crazy. Could be.
Like they live. You need the glasses to see.
That's true.
Them.
You need to
obey
that shit. Yeah, it could be, man. I mean, I don't know. This is my main thing. All right. Because you get these damn news reports, and they're like, ooh, they found this new planet somewhere. It's fucking 75 light years away, or something like that. I'm being generous with that. I'm like, big deal. It could possibly sustain life. Okay, big fucking deal. Big deal. It's like being on a damn island, and you see these other islands you can't get to because you can't fucking swim. I'm like, when you show me the news piece comes out that says that we've got a new fuel source that kicks all other fucking new, energy sources, going to make us go, I'm going to be like, great, you've got the energy source. Okay, come up with the fucking ship that's going to take us there. How it's going to sustain us. Okay, we've got the ship. Great. All right, Star Trek, you need that deflector dish. That deflector dish is what makes you travel in space. I can propel you as fast as can be. I'll take you right now and let's just make you go 100 miles per hour, and let's see what's going to happen to you. Oh, you're going to smash into that wall, you're going to die. So you need that deflector dish. That's in my opinion, that's like the number 2 most important thing. Energy source, deflector dish. I bet Trey's just going insane. He's like, yes! We love you, Trey. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. The deflector dish is going to get you there. You can't... And then I'm like, okay, great. It's a great energy source. Can you get faster than the speed of light? Because it's going to take you fucking 75 years to get there.
I don't think you can. I was watching Cosmos the other day. I don't think you can go faster than the speed of light.
They said they just found a neutrino or something that goes faster than the speed of light. Okay, great.
I don't believe it.
Okay, we've got a little tiny super, minuscule particle. How is that going to make me sitting in a ship? I'm about to vomit here, but you know what I'm saying? Like, get to work on that shit first before... I can gaze outside all I want. Ooh, there's a planet. Ooh, there's a planet. Okay, great. You can't get there. You're spinning your wheels. We have friends that are always talking about that stuff. Oh, they found a planet. I'm like, big deal. Can't get there. So it's a pipe dream. Fool's dream. Fool's wish.
It's a foolish wish.
Yeah, you need to get the energy source.
You know what I need? I need about 10 acres of land in the country. That's what I need.
Why is that?
Just so I don't have any neighbors. Swap my house down.
What's all of a sudden have to do with neighbors?
No, I'm just saying that's what I need.
Okay.
I don't need to go to another planet. I just need 10 acres to myself.
Because the stuff that's here that you enjoy is all you really... that fulfills you in life.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's why... Okay, we go to Mars. Great. We're sitting around Mars. It's not as nice as Earth. I can tell you that right now. Okay? Not a great planet.
Plus, I've seen The Ghost of Mars. You don't want to mess with that.
I've not seen that film.
It's a John Carpenter flick. So let's talk... Well...
It's a big backhand, aren't we? Don't we have a big
Yeah,
backhand?
it is. This really filled the time.
What are we looking at?
We just passed an hour.
All right, unless you got something else, let's start to wrap it up.
I guess that's it, then. We'll just wrap it up.
No, that was an enjoyable conversation.
Yeah, it was. Maybe we'll continue it some other time.
Well, real quick.
When we have evidence.
Real quick, why do you believe in demons? What evidence do you have of demons?
I've told you...
So that means you believe in angels, then?
Yeah.
What evidence is there of angels?
I don't know. I don't have any.
Blind faith.
That's why it's called faith.
All right. That's what George Michael sang about. You gotta have it.
That's why I have it.
But I believe his ass was in that video. Pretty big.
Can you believe all the women used to love him? They just
My mom loved George Michael with a passion. That hair and stuff. She was nuts.
The women loved George Michael.
I think he was married for a while.
They were barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah, I think so. I'm a big fan of him. I mean, I went and put him on the end of that one episode. Are you going to do tattoo at the end of this?
I might.
Go for it. I don't care. Let them listen to the terribleness. You might as well add on to the bad songs. Of course, they may have people crashing their cars to get away from it.
Yeah, well, we should put a disclaimer on there. Don't listen to the end song while driving.
Very bad song.
Van Halen's terrible anyways.
Well, they were great. And I'll even say they were great during the Sammy Hagar days in a different way. In a less manly way. They were...
Look, I admit they had more love songs when Hagar was singing. I like Sammy Hagar. Okay? Cabo Wabo, dude. All right?
Oh, you son of a bitch. Everybody knows that I'm a Diamond Dave fan, right?
Tattoo. And here it comes. So, he's saying it right now. We're going to play it for you.
Vomiting.
It's your favorite song.
Keep looking at the stars, everybody.
Watch the skis.
Yeah. I don't know how Tattoo is, so I'm just going to keep talking. So there's the song, Tattoo. It's a terrible song. I'm hoping he didn't choose that, but he probably did now that he said it.
You can catch us all. I am Abe Randall at Twitter.
Savage GM on Twitter, as well as I am a huge Jacksonville Jaguars fan. Boy in the Room, Jacksonville Jaguars fan.
And, of course, Go Ape Podcast at Twitter.
Yep. And so, I guess until next time, go Ape.
Go Ape.
I'll go Ape.